Hey guys, did the magma chamber at the Fentale volcano just collapse? And was this caused by the recent magnitude 6.0 earthquake? There's new satellite images from the USGS that show something really strange. And there's also new satellite images that show that there's some kind of smoke still coming out at the Fentale volcano crater. So let's have a closer look into this. Remember, we had that large earthquake last Friday on the February 14th. That was really a shocker that it was so strong. It was the strongest earthquake that has appeared since that series of unrest began at the caldera of the Fentale volcano. And right now, there's not too much rumbling in this region where the Fentale and the Dofen Volcano are located, but we've seen unrest over the past few months between the two volcanoes. So sometimes we thought it's at the Dofen Volcano because we saw some phreatic small explosions coming out there and hot water lakes forming. But then we thought, is it now back at Fentale? But it is not over in the region. So if we look at that satellite picture that shows us, we've seen the other ones in the past, I'll show you the old ones first, that did show a land rise at the Fentale volcano. This looks different now. So something has completely changed. So what we've seen in the picture that for over 2 months, the volcano has been slowly, how we can call this, contracting, had a subsidence because of a probable migration of magma that did move out of the magma chamber. So it moved out from the magma reservoir that is underneath the Fentale volcano and has formed a magma intrusion. That means magma did get on the way. There was too much pressure in the magma chamber, so magma had to be ejected out, but it didn't make it to the surface. So we didn't see a visible eruption and lava coming out, but it seems that there has been an event that has formed quite a long magma dike towards the direction of the Dofen volcano. And it was gradually moving from the reservoir, basically to the north. And now that we had this 6.0 earthquakes, here we look at the satellite images that were released just days following this earthquake. And what we see here is that the eastern part of the Fentale Caldera did subside. All of a sudden did sink several feet, probably, we don't know yet, but feet or meters, quite a substantial amount, and that happened suddenly. So what could have caused that? Was that caused by the earthquake? Well, let's think about this. If we had a magma intrusion, magma was flowing out of the magma chamber. So, and now the interesting part is, from a deeper reservoir, was the magma chamber being refilled right away? Or did we have some hollow space in that magma chamber? You have to understand, this is all rocks. This is basically a hole in the ground with rocks. And the magma that's in there holds it together. If you do build a mine, you have to secure the tunnels with wood beams and stuff like this. So here, if the magma leaves the magma chamber, it creates a hollow space, so it could collapse. So the calculation of the USGS tell us that the earthquake happened along a circular rift. And that's the type of source that is usually detected in some volcanic, it's called gravitational collapse dynamics. So the question is, did that magma chamber collapse? Because nothing was supporting the walls anymore. And we've seen this happening at other volcanoes, because if a magma chamber empties very quickly, which seems to have been the case here, or if we see an eruption, right? If lava flows out very quickly and it's not being fed again by another deeper lying magma reservoir. In Iceland, if you're watching my channel right now, there is a magma chamber with a deeper lying magma reservoir, and we've seen eruptions every 1-2 months. And As soon as the magma chamber reaches the point of maximum elasticity, there's no more room for expansion. It sends magma out, causes an eruption, but the deeper reservoir keeps refilling it right away so that there's not so much hollow space that would cause it to collapse. But if a magmatic chamber collapses because it empties very quickly, or in an eruption, as we probably see in this case, because magma is traveling somewhere else. We've seen this at the summit crater of Kilauea in Hawaii. That was 2018. There was a lateral eruption and that crater was sinking more than 500 meters. So now we see this cloud of steam still over the Fentale volcano. Scientists think it's probably methane gas, so not sulfur gases. We've seen a ground uplift when this magma intrusion happened back in January, but then the caldera floor started sinking. And that could have caused the hydrothermal system to be exposed. And now we see this gas escaping from the hydrothermal system. So methane is not the typical volcanic gas, but it's always a chance that this can be formed in that hydrothermal system. There's lots of heat caused by the magma, right? So there's chemical reactions that can occur. And we did see a lot of stuff going on there in the last few weeks and months. We've seen like hydrothermal explosions outside of Fentale, between Dofen and Fentale. We've had like 2 phreatic eruptions when that magma intrusion was happening, was moving from Fentale towards the Dofen volcano. And estimates are that this thing is really, really long. It might be between 30 and 40 kilometers long and has also lifted the ground above probably 1.5 meters. So you have to take a big, large step and a half. That's how much that is. So the height of a person. What has happened? You are wondering, well, if magma's on the move. Magma did intrude in the underground areas, was forming a magma tunnel. They also call this magma dike. So a body of magma that was underground, but it wasn't strong enough to reach the surface. It was basically stuck in the subsoil. But as it's so hot, it created several hot areas, basically thermal areas, that led to these phenomenons that we've seen there, that the residents saw there. Cracks were opening, water fountains with rocks and debris were shooting out, lakes were forming, like bubbling mud pools, geysers, little bit like what we see at the Yellowstone volcano. Very interesting news about Yellowstone, by the way. I put it in the end screen, that magma chamber. They discovered a magma chamber that is traveling. So the location of a later on, not now, potential eruption is moving to the northeast. Very, very interesting. So it looks like we've had a massive, massive magma intrusion that was going on underneath this area, guys. I will keep you updated. Check out my updates about what's going on in Greece, in Santorini, and Campi Flegrei, the super volcano in Italy. They're both acting up. It's absolutely crazy, guys. So if you're new here, subscribe to my channel so that you're on the pulse with me, with Silky, and that you can get the latest information about what's going on in these countries with these volcanoes, guys. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, please go to my buymeacoffee.com/Silky site and buy me a coffee or two. Right now, everything goes towards my dog's Apollo's vet bills. We had to do radiation therapy and we're still suffering from these bills, but new bills are coming in for the rechecks and everything. He's doing good so far, so I think it's working what we're doing, guys. I'm really excited about that. So thanks for your help there. Thanks for your supers. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. And thanks for being a new subscriber if you're new here. So I see you soon in the next one, and check out the videos in the end screen. And I have playlists for each region, so check that out. And if you'd like to become a member of my channel for behind the scenes stuff, check out my member playlist. It's all on my start page of my YouTube page, and the links are in the description to my coffee site and everything else. So check it out, guys. Take a little bit of time. Don't leave my site just yet. I see you soon. Bye-bye.